Hi, you guys. I forgot to share something live with you guys. I had started to follow groups maybe 6 years ago, but just recently I started following groups in every city and state that I like to work in. And the difficulties with that is keeping your tier out of blue and up into the gold, platinum, and diamond status. But that's okay with me because I feel like traveling is worth it so much. The scenic views, each city has different things you can do. I mean, like Nashville has this strawberry matcha I've been so self disciplined about right now. I haven't found the time to get that. But I was born in Columbia, South Carolina when I was 11, but I was moved to Wichita, Kansas in 1998, and then I lived in Sacramento before I turned 21, and then I lived in Hollywood when I turned 24, and then I came back to Wichita, Kansas, and then I was working for Uber in 2019. It wasn't until 2021 I went to West Hollywood to be a Hollywood guru behind the wheel for Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and Instacart. And then I was always going up and down Highway 99 to Sacramento for things like picking up my driver's license from where my offices were. I'm a super cinematographer LLC and a Full Sail University online alumni with a certificate ready to go to campus in Winter Park, Orlando, Florida to start working on my actual major. So I am in a Uber rental, which you can do whatever you want with it. And my plan was to get to Orlando, Florida, visit in Columbia, South Carolina, where I'm from. And those are two of the most exotic states in the southeast. And I just, I'm proud that I was born in a capital, and I'm proud that I was born in South Carolina. I'm proud I was born in the southeast. I don't care that I was born 2.5 hours away from Atlanta, Georgia. That's okay with me. But me and my miniature min pin, I'm gonna have to break the peace just for a second. She's awake. We haven't been sitting here for too long. But that's Minnie, the min pin, Minnie min pin, my mini Doberman. And we like to work for Lyft and meet and greet people and do our job. I'm 38. Okay. I know I look 17 or 20 or 22, but I have a lot of experience driving, you guys. I've been daydreaming about driving when I was a kid. My mom let me drive a Oldsmobile Cutlass as soon as I was old enough to use the pedal down the dirt roads, and I was driving go-karts, not golf carts, and four-wheelers. So this is coming from someone who drove myself to driver's ed when I was 15. Okay? Because you're technically supposed to have a restricted license at 15. Then when you're 16, you get your full license. Your restricted license only lets you go to school, maybe the grocery store, errands, and home. And your full license, you could do whatever you want within your jurisdiction. And to clarify what I meant by that is different cities and different states have regulations. So when you go to them, You got to be aware so you don't turn a warning ticket into a moving violation. And so that's what I do. Once you've driven in Sacramento and Hollywood, you can drive anywhere. Just about. Maybe. So by the time you're 25, your insurance rates will drop if you've had no tickets, aka moving violations. And so this is coming from someone who had Allstate. $250 a month, zero deductibles, and gap insurance, and replace your new car in accident forgiveness. And so, yeah, I used to have that. Now I'm in these rentals, and I'm on Social Security. I'm getting $1,000 a month. Now, I've pulled Social Security in Hollywood, aka Los Angeles, Kansas, and South Carolina. I'm afraid to do that in like Atlanta, Georgia or something. I'm afraid, everyone's gangster. They'll thug it out and they don't think I need to be on that. And whatever I'm going through, everybody goes through. I don't believe that. Okay. I believe that the only thing that I can do, which is what I love to do, is drive. I've had so much experience. I'm a defensive driver. I've gotten in and out of more problems in this rental than I ever have in my life, all in a month, y'all. So that just shows you that I'm like a freedom fighter behind the wheel, working for Uber, believing in Uber. So when I see these people complaining, I'm like, I don't have problems with the rates. I think you have to earn your loyalty, whether it's the algorithms or your luck with God. If your delivery doesn't seem like it's going to pay you, like, you got to stick with it, because in the long run, it all adds up. You can't cherry pick your rideshare request. It's not fair to your rating. It's not fair to your wallet, aka your bank account. It's not fair to your customers. It's not fair to Uber. It's just not fair to your city and state and the businesses that are associated with the orders and the people that are dedicated supporters of rideshare. We have to get out of this mentality that people have where they think they don't have to put up with people who take too long at stops. At the end of the day, you're providing customer service. You guys have to remember that. Customer service. Just because the Uber app lets you cherry pick doesn't mean you're supposed to. If you want to keep your luck with the community, if you want to keep your rating, and if you want to keep your job, and basically if you want to keep your lifestyle, it's a privilege to drive for Uber, you guys, and I love it so much. This is coming from someone who's 38. Looks like God gave me youth for trying to be the kind of person I want to be. And so my most recent problem was at Lowe's in Columbia, South Carolina, where every time I go to Nashville, I get like maybe at the end of the day one bad rating from someone, and I'm like alerted, like, why you do that to me? And so my cancellation rate went from 3% to 7%. So that's even after being in Columbia, South Carolina for a while. So it was like the bad ratings went to going to Lowe's for a triple order, for two of those orders to be a locker order, which the app doesn't provide you a locker code for. So even when you call customer support, because I'm like depending on calling customer support every time anything little happens, because when you talk to them, it's not about the compensation, it's about my rating, my cancellation rating. And just recently, it still seems like it's starting to affect my rating when unprecedented things like that happen. So I haven't been working for DoorDash or Instacart. I've been working for Uber, and I've kept my 5.0 rating with Lyft for 6+ years. So I don't want to ruin that. I feel like I need to do that in Orlando, Florida, where Full Sail University is, before I end up losing my privileges with them. So I've been delivering orders with Uber, and my Social Security direct deposit is going to be here in 2 days. And we're going to chill here and not make any more false moves. I'm going to just kind of regain my strength, because I think I've lost some of my strength lately. I'm letting my dog heal, because I think that playing music and having the car moving and the air going, or the windows up or down, keeps her awake, and I don't want that to affect her eyes or her health. And so I'm just one of those people that know why I wouldn't want to get beat up for driving with my dog and stuff. And this last month has seemed sabotaging, but I think I got a handle on what I want to do, where I won't be going back to, and how far I am enough away from that to go back in the other direction. I'm gonna have the car rental business change my oil for me, and then I'm dropping my whole entire Social Security deposit on my rental, and I'm gonna rely on getting to Orlando, Florida, to talk about those homeless resources that Full Sail University has for their students, because I've already been boasting about that. I mean, I've been in 3 different rentals, gone to Orlando, Florida, just to leave right away, because I'm also scared of their trespassing law that I Googled after I heard that, and you could possibly get 6 months to a year for trespassing. But then I had a black friend who I've filmed a couple of times, who moved to Orlando, Florida, and he used to work at Walmart, and then he made this video. He got kicked out of Walmart and trespassed, and it was just a ticket. So I'm like, am I just over exaggerating? Is it depending on if people don't know the severity of crocodiles and the severity of do not end up on people's property if you're not going to get along with them. So I'm finally gonna head in one direction. I'm scared of my personal scenario, and maybe how a certain percentage of cops in Columbia, South Carolina. That's where I'm from, and I'm a Cornelius. Like I I was telling people how I heard people be like, "Oh, you're a Cornelius? My baby daddy's a Cornelius. Who you, Willie Jr.'s son?" I'm like, "Yeah." This just recently, I was at Jersey Mike's picking up an order, talking about I'm a Cornelius in Blythewood, South Carolina. This girl said she worked for a Cornelius, so I gotta find out from my dad. Like, have you heard of a Randy Cornelius? Because my cousins heard of a Dimitri Cornelius that's in Houston, Texas, and then I had a Sophia Cornelius. I think I said that right. It just came out gangsta or something. Sophia Cornelius. That was in Los Angeles back in 2013 or something. So, like, my family spread it out. I got an aunt in Clarksville, Tennessee. She's literally been there since '07 and longer. And just everywhere, though. But, like, yeah, I mixed with black, aka African American, Native American Cherokee, and Thai Asian, you guys. So you can imagine I am entrepreneur minded in so many magical ways that I just don't want to lose my momentum once I get to Full Sail University, and I've already had the grades that I'm having, and I choke. And it's like when I go to Hollywood, I gotta pull over to make a new TikTok video every 15 minutes, y'all. And so I already get the idea that am I gonna choke and not act like that intelligent, funny person that I be in my assignments and around people. And has it been on and off lately? Has it not been in front of the most important people lately? Like, I don't want people to get in trouble lately. Like, so I think the thing with traveling and driving and doing what I'm doing is I like to pull over and sleep. I like to find exotic places to sleep too. I like to find anywhere to sleep if it weren't for those dangerous bright lights, okay? Because is it me or are they getting worse? Because sometimes I think it's if you don't get enough sleep, you'll know. Other times I think, what is in my food that'll react with it at the car engine revs and just things that I notice work for me. I drink a lot of water. I'm laying low on sweets and candies and doing more water and savory foods and less fast foods. And nothing with like teriyaki sweet barbecue glaze, anything, because I just feel like for someone who doesn't eat sugar for a while, and I still think I can eat fruit, that like it could make you like have a sugar crash the next day or the same day. Like, I really have to just think outside the box and what are all these things that are contributing to this new idea I have that what if it's called anemia? So it was kind of a problem that might have started on the West Coast. It's a dry climate out there. You'll dry up like a prune right away. So you also will pee like a racehorse more right away. So it's like, does anyone notice that you might pee more when you forget to drink your water? And there's been times where I'll drink water when I got to pee really bad and it could tone it down till you get somewhere. So you really gotta like be lucky that what you knew and what worked for you before will work for you in the end or currently. So yeah, I love this little 2025 Kia Soul rental right now, but I need something that's gonna make me feel like $1,000,000. And when I say that, I finally need a Tesla Model 3 long range all wheel drive before I feel like, should I keep driving for Uber or not? Should I keep driving at all or not? Do I rather be in my studio recording music, making film, being at Full Sail University, having less bills, or is driving really important to me as well? Because I like mixing and mastering my videos and my music in the car, in the back seat, just as much as I want to go to clubs to master my club songs, and as much as I need headphones and studio monitors and, oh, by the way, Bluetooth speakers, and just listen to it and tweak things according to how I want them to sound on a certain device without losing that quality on another device. And that's kind of how I roll, okay? You got a lot of those fancy famous people who's probably what it's like after you're really done being a Full Sail alumni, and they put a mix and master on their music so good that it's meant for people to not rip their music, to put like a whole nother face and remix or lyrics on it. So I'm actually good at that, y'all, because Neek from the OMG girl, their mix and master, and who is Shonda's mix and master. I've been doing it just to do it though, because I feel like maybe I'm like the one who should not waste a good opportunity. And then when I do that, I'm not expecting to sell that song. And then when I get, or if I get permission to, yeah, but I usually want to be on my EPs or my albums all the way through on my own. I became vocally independent on my tracks, and I'm working my way to like having myself support people with the other processes of making, editing, and distributing my music. So that's just what I'm looking forward to do, you guys. So we're kind of like in Kentucky. I've been going through Kansas City, Kentucky, Nashville, Knoxville, Asheville, North Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Greenville, Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Orlando, Florida, Tallahassee. And when I worked for Uber, I've worked everywhere except for like Las Vegas, New Mexico, Newark, Wisconsin, the Dakotas, Montana, New York, DC, Virginia's. I've worked in West Virginia. There's a Lexington, West Virginia. I haven't worked in Ohio. So, that whole northern region with like Maryland and Newark, New Jersey, I haven't. Everywhere else, I haven't done Texas either, y'all. I've only driven through Texas from Los Angeles. But that's all I have to say. You guys have a good one.